Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Ronald, or Ronald the Peculiar One, with 4 1s. That's what my channel says. We're going to play another round of this. Axiom Verge. That's a weird name. If I pronounce it correctly. And this is where we left off, and he just died, and they brought him back to the save point. Basically, I think he's in a computer or something. They transferred his consciousness or something into a computer, and he's kind of stuck trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe he doesn't remember what's happening to him. But yeah, so this is what it says when I came back from the save point. This is what it starts saying. It's like, what just happened? And he'll probably say a few more things. Somebody might contact him. That's why I figured, I'll play another round because one of the last video I stopped it right before I did this. So we'll go ahead and continue where I left off here and play one more video. And again, leave down in the comments what you think of this game, and if you want to see more content and you play it a little bit longer. I know there's a lot of people out there that already made walkthroughs of this, played the game already on their channels and stuff. But I do my own thing. I do my best to make my own channel up here, my own content. Sometimes I get ideas, but it's all on me, what I want to do to build my channel up here. And pardon my my microphone if you're hearing these little clicks like this, that stuff. It's all I have to talk with is this microphone headset. It's basically a cheap headset from the PlayStation 4. I bought this on sale a long time ago, this headset, and I never thought I'd actually use it other than to listen with. I didn't think I'd ever use the mic on it. But here I am using the mic on it on my channel. But doing my best to build my channel up so I can do more content, do different things like more unboxings and stuff like that. But anyway, I chat in the beginning of the video, and I chat at the end of the video, and sometimes I'll do updates, and I'll tell you my opinion on it. A lot of times I do not chat during the gameplay in the video. It's just usually in the beginning of the video and the end of the video. Sometimes I'll chat through the entire video. It just depends on how I feel and what I'm doing. I do the best I can not to chat all the way through because of the sound of the game or whatever it is can overpower my microphone. And so that's why you don't hear the game playing right now or the game music. I got that paused or muted so that I can talk, and then I switch it to the other and I turn the mic off. It's just because it kind of grounds each other out because I don't have a very good microphone. So I'm working on if people would give me some donations, I can buy me a new microphone, or if I can get my subscribers up to 500 and then 1,000 with a lot of views, a lot of people watching my content, I can make a few dollars and I can get me a microphone. That's why I don't have a new microphone yet. And everything that I do, it's all out of pocket. When I have the money to buy something or whatever, I'm really struggling with that because the entire country is struggling. The whole world is struggling to just afford food and the basic necessities every month because of the high prices. Yeah, those rich people they did a number on all of us, didn't they? Taking advantage of all of us, those wealthy people. That's my opinion, and and most of what I said is well, it's basically a fact. Everyone feels this way that are struggling. But enough of that. But I do like to talk a little bit, not just about what I'm about my content. I also share my opinions, my feelings um, of things. But all right, let's get started again. I might play this one here, this video here, and I might do one or two more of these videos. If I don't get any comments saying, well, yeah, do some more. I might not play this much longer. I usually do a few videos. Sometimes I'll just do one video. Other times I'll play the entire game. It just depends on how I feel. I'll do it with cheat codes or no codes at all. It just depends. With this, I can't use cheat codes, but for like the NES system, the Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, I can use cheats on those, or code help is what I call it. Sounds better. But all right, let's get going. And thank you for your patience. And I'll play a little bit of this, and I'll chat at the end of the video again. Let you know my take on things, and maybe share an update or two what I'm doing next on my content on my channel. And oh, there you go. All right, let's get going. All right. Well, what did you think of that? I did okay. I struggled defeating that boss because of the joystick. The way that the joystick is, I'm using the Game Pro or the Pro controller, and I'm not sure if this is the generic version of the Pro controller or this is the actual, the main Pro controller. Legit the legit one. So yeah, yeah, it says Pro U on it, controller Pro U on the back of it. So that I guess this is their take of it. I know that if you use like the what is it, the Nintendo Switch one, it's way better. But I don't have the Nintendo Switch one. I do have a Bowser. One that has a Bowser on it, but it's a wired controller. You have to have the wire hooked into it. It doesn't charge. You think it would charge because you can remove the wire from it. You can unplug it, but no, it doesn't have a charger with it inside of it. But there you go. There's another one down. This will be the second video that I made of this game, or part 2. It's very difficult using it though. My hands, it does not like these controllers at all for the Wii U. That's my take on that. That's my opinion. I know there's others out there that probably really like them, but after using the Xbox One controller and controllers like that, these are just so bulky. And they made these for kids as well. I just don't see how they can hold these things. I'm having issues holding these things, these controllers. Uh, just doing a review. My opinion, my view of it. And as far, they're not very comfortable at all. Sad to say that because I think it's a neat system, but it's just really hard to hold these things. They're not comfortable. Like I said, I'm not complaining or anything. I'm just telling you how I'm feeling. With it, it's a shame that these controllers are just so bulky. They're kind of squarey, if that makes sense. I know I said it in a few videos before about this. Ever since I started playing the Wii U, I just cannot seem to get used to these controllers whatsoever. Even with the old NES system controllers, they're smaller and they're squarey, and the corners of the controller can kind of stick in your hands, kind of push into your hands and kind of make them cramp up and stuff. But even with those seem to be a little more comfortable compared to these things. Maybe it was Nintendo's attempt to copy the other controllers, but with a twist, and this is what they came up with. And I think online that they talked about how Nintendo regretted this system. I remember going to the store and I was going to purchase it brand new, this Wii U, and they took them down. So I'll come back. I'll come back when I have a little more money. This was back then when they had them, when they were selling them brand new in the box, behind glass cases, like at Walmart or wherever. And I said I'll come back and get it eventually. And then one day I finally got the nerve to go buy it, and they were all taken down out off the shelf, and Nintendo took them all back. It's like a recall. I mean, they just took them all off the shelf. They didn't like cut the price of them and sell them for cheaper just to get rid of them. No, they took them off the shelf, and Nintendo basically demanded them back. And so every store took them off their shelves and sent them back to Nintendo. Instead of making a profit or some kind of profit out of it, just lower the price of it. No, they wouldn't even lower the price of the systems. I remember this. They wouldn't even lower the price of the systems. They basically recalled them all. They sent them all back. And I'm guessing what they did was what Nintendo did. This is my opinion, my view of this is I think they just took the parts out of them. They must have took them all apart and kept what they could, and they might probably destroyed the rest of it, or they just sold them for parts to third-party companies or something, and people trying to fix them, or maybe they destroyed them. I don't know exactly what happened, but why would you spend all that money to ship them out, make boxes for them, put them in boxes, ship them all out, and put them on all these stores around the country, around the world, whoever purchased them, in whatever countries purchased them, and demand them back. I never understood that. Why didn't they just lower it to a certain price and just cut their losses? Just get what they could out of them. Because they didn't even do that. They literally took them off the shelves and they shipped them all back to Nintendo. And anyway, I heard online people were talking in their opinions, maybe it's facts, that it was like the worst move they could have made. It was like one of the worst systems that they, they had their loss. It was a big loss to them, but really, it really wasn't a big loss in my opinion, because that was when the Amiibo was introduced. I think was from the Nintendo Wii U. It has that sensor on it, and you scan your those little figurines, those Amiibos, and I think that was the start of the Amiibos, was the Wii U, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just be nice about it in the comments. But I think that's how the introduction of the Amiibo came in. And they made a lot of money off the Amiibos, more than they did the Wii U, I think. And they still use the Amiibos today. But I don't like how they do the like I have a video of I bought Amiibos for Metroid, and then I tried it on different game systems, the Metroid, to see if they would even work. And they were all Metroid games from different systems or wherever. And I did a video on that, unboxing Metroids for Dread, Metroid Dread, I think it was. It was a 2-pack, and I showed it. I showed that it doesn't do anything. It doesn't even work on some of the Metroids. The Metroid Amiibos don't work for certain Metroid games, and they're a Metroid. They should work on. It should be interchangeable. But anyway, they didn't work. Some of them said that, oh, you can't use this Amiibo for this game, or something like that. If you watch my video of that, you'll understand what I'm talking about, because I show everybody what it did, and I was disappointed in it. And but anyway, I think that was what happened with the Nintendo Wii U. You can look it up. Maybe they have it online explaining it better than I do here. But I say it in my views, my opinion. That's my channel, so why not? My videos I'm making here. And so I like to chat a little bit about these things, and so anyway, I think that's what took place. But I was shaking my head about it. I was just like, why did they do that? There was no profit to be made to reship all these Nintendo Wii U's back to the company, when they could have just lowered the price and at least got something out of it. I mean, it was just a waste of money. It was a waste of how they did it. And like I said, it's still to this day, I'm not sure exactly what they did with all those Wii U's that they recalled. I mean, there was nothing wrong with them. They just didn't sell very well. They could have just lowered the price. I remember the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, the original NES system. I remember them lowering that. I think it was like several $100s or more. And back then, that was like $500, $600 back in the day, like in 1984, 1985. That was like several $100s or more back in the day or, yeah, it was probably like $100 back then was like $200, to explain it. I mean, it was a lot of money. Even $20 back then could get you a lot of stuff. Well, more items that you can back then than you could today. But I know that you didn't make as much money back then either. Um, Even today, if they raise the minimum wage or whatever you get an hour, it's like nothing because they keep raising everything, so that you cannot actually afford anything. They think we're all idiots that we don't realize just because you raise a dollar or two for your pay or whatever that, and then they raise everything twice as much. You're taking this. In other words, you think you're taking a step, two steps forward, but you're actually taking one step forward and two steps back by how they go about things. So we're not fooled. We're not fooled by that, are we? We all know the truth. That control, we all know the truth. But all right, just sharing my feelings, my thoughts. But anyway, this is part two here. I might play one more round of this. It was really difficult again for my hands to use the controller to beat that boss. It was very hard on my hands. It was so bulky. It just, ouch, It's not very comfortable. But I'm playing it. I got this Wii U. I bought it used. So, and like I said, I dusted it off. I thought I'd give it another go. I think that's why I never finished that Zelda game, because it was very uncomfortable for my hands, and I just couldn't deal with it. I bought these controllers, these controller Pro U's, and it's a little bit better than using the gamepad, but it's just so bulky. And like I said, I really don't know what they were thinking when they made these things. Um, the little kids, how does kids play with these things? Use these controllers. I'm having issues with them. I know it sounds like I'm complaining, but it's a fact how these controllers are. I know a lot of people had the same problem. But remember the Nintendo 64 controllers? They look like a upside down 3 or an E shape. It had 3 handles on it. That was weird too. I mean, I could play those. Those were a little bit more comfortable than these Wii U's, in my opinion. So, but I don't have a Nintendo 64. I used to. Things came up. I had to get rid of a lot of things back in the day. But all right. Well, thank you for watching and bearing with me my talk. If you lasted this long, I appreciate it. All right, we'll move on to the next video here, and I'll probably play this one more time. And depending on the comments, if I get any comments, I will decide whether to play this a little longer or not. Kind of give me an idea of what kind of content all of you out there want to see, so that you'll view my stuff more, view my videos more. I really would appreciate it. Positive feedback, that is. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Moving on to the next video. Take care.